Hello, everybody. My name is Roy Cohen, and I'll be hosting this week's Community Forum show, your show of community interest. And this week we have a very special version, Stoughton's version of The Voice. This is a bunch of students who are being trained at the Conservatory School of Performing Arts in Stoughton on Canton Street. And you're going to be amazed at what you see. And we have Kennedy Campbell. She's a pre-pro musical theater student. We have Erika Frank, the lady in charge of all the schools. Candace Anselm, she's a pre-pro dancer. Claire O'Riordan, she's a pre-pro dancer. Shayna Haley, a pre-pro dancer. And Tess O'Riordan. Very talented looking group, and you got me in the middle. We're going to start off by talking about Kennedy. Kennedy Campbell, she's an up-and-coming star. I think we're going to be reading a lot about her, I'm sure, in the near future. She's a 16-year-old singer, actor, songwriter. She's been performing since she was 4 years old. Is that right? Since 4 years old. And Kennedy always wanted to be a performer. She would put on small concerts for family and friends, and she joined her church choir at 6 and soon became a soloist. She joined her first semi-professional group at age 10. She was the youngest member of an a cappella group called the Teen Sensations, and it was with this group that Kennedy recorded her first album. Kennedy's love for singing has also influenced her to write music. She's currently working on her own album. She has won various awards for singing from different organizations. In one competition, she won the best vocalist for her age group. And I'm sure you'll understand why when you hear her singing a little later on. NYSMA, N-Y-S-M-A, and SCMEA, I guess those are organizations, both awarded her nearly perfect scores on her performances. Kennedy has also participated in many choirs and ensembles, the Brooklyn Children's Choir, the Long Island Children's Choir, and the Boston City Singers, to name a few. Kennedy has sung the national anthem at semi-professional and professional sporting events, and she also performs at musical theater performances and for charity events. Kennedy has been featured in local newspapers and local television shows for her performances. While she often sings standards or musical theater pieces, she's a versatile singer and can sing almost anything. She takes pedagogy lessons through the Boston Conservatory Vocal Academy at Berkeley. She currently sings and performs with the Conservatory School for the Performing Arts in Stoughton as a member of their musical theater pre-professional program. Kennedy has also been featured in commercial and print ads as an actor and model, and while she's not singing, she participates in many community service activities. She volunteers in local hospitals, shelters, and with Jack and Jill of America. With all of the problems that children face in schools and in the community today, Kennedy wanted to inspire young people to make a difference in the world through her music. Welcome, all of you, to Community Forum. Kennedy, can we start off? I understand you go to school in Weymouth, and what grade are you in?
I'm in 11th grade.
11th grade, ready to graduate almost, huh?
Yeah.
And what do you like to do as an extracurricular activity? I'm sure you don't have a whole lot of time with that resume, but what do you like to do when you're outside of school?
I like to perform at the Conservatory School of the Performing Arts, and I'm there 6 days a week, and I like to teach the children there.
Oh, very nice. And how long have you've been performing since you were 4 years old?
Yes.
Wow. And how did you first learn that you could sing?
I was
You
singing
were
with
taking
my
a shower?
grandma, and we were singing a song, and we found out I could sing. Yeah.
That's how?
Yes.
Okay. And who have you sung with in the past?
I've sung with the Long Island Children's Choir, the Brooklyn Children Chorus, Boston City Singers, and I'm recently singing now with the Conservatory School of the Performing Arts.
What would you say is your most favorable experience performing?
I went to a competition, my first competition with the Conservatory School of the Performing Arts, and I won Best Vocalist for my group division for my age range. So that was the best experience.
Wow. And if you could ask them any questions along that line, what would you ask?
I would ask if there was any if they had any role models, I would ask them how they got their start and how they made it in the industry.
Is there anything you've had to overcome in the past, or amazing experiences that you've had?
Well, it's difficult balancing school life and home life and dance and performing. So, but I do that.
Okay,
But
this is, it's kind of a silly question, I think, but you do take singing lessons.
Yes.
Where do you take
I
those?
take it at the Conservatory School of the Performing Arts in Berkeley, and I take it with Sarah Flanagan.
So is Erika one of your teachers?
She's the director of the whole school.
Of the whole school?
Yes.
Okay, we'll hear from her later on, I guess. And how long have you been training? Have you actually
been-
working at,
For 3 years.
for 3 years? And where do you take lessons in Stoughton?
Yes.
In
At the
Wisham?
Conservatory School of the Performing Arts.
How often?
6 days a week.
6 days a week you're there taking lessons?
Yes.
Wow, you ever run out of voice?
No.
Like I'm doing right now? What kind of sacrifices do you have to make to be a performer? You can't go out and play with the kids?
Yeah, but like I can't do like after school sports, but it's okay because I like what I do and I want to do it when I grow up.
Oh, that's great. And let me see, what else we have here? Conservatory. Erika, you're here.
Hi, I'm here.
I congratulate you on what you've done with this. I know you started the school in Stoughton, what, about 3 years
Thank
ago?
you. Yeah, 4.
4 years ago.
Yeah, 2014.
And you've grown and grown and grown to the point where you're kind of busting at the seams?
Yeah, absolutely.
What have been your goals and
Well, I have a ton of goals, and every day I have to sit back and think, what is my short-term goal for the next month, or what is it for the next 5 months, and what's my long-term goal for the next year. We've had a lot of short-term and long-term goals happen at our studio throughout the years since I opened. When I first opened, I wanted to provide the community with proper training in both musical theater, dance, and modeling so that kids from our community who do not have the financial resources to go and take classes in New York or LA can do it right in my studio.
Oh,
I
nice.
brought in everybody from Broadway star Amy Spanger to Chase from Clear Talent Group, who works with some of our students. We have Lane Napper, who is best known from Victorious on Nickelodeon, coming to our school in May. And so they really help with our training as well, so our kids in our community are able to take classes with these big names, and it definitely helps their training grow. I just want to name off a few short-term goals that we actually succeeded in. Our dance program, Tess actually was hired yesterday to go and model for Dance Co. dance costumes, and there was an open call auditions with thousands of girls, and she was one picked. Candace, for example, she is the Pace University winner for New York City Dance Alliance Boston. So she will be going to Pace University this summer and studying dance in a college setting. Kennedy, she is recording her album. She's doing, all these amazing things vocally. Claire, right down the line, she just got into the Boston Conservatory summer musical theater program. Shayna Haley, right down the line, she was asked to go to New York and potentially sign with Clear Talent Group last year. We've had numerous kids signed with Clear Talent Group, DDO Artist Agency, and really my dream, my short-term goals and long-term goals are actually being met through hard work and our community really believing in me. And our school isn't just designed for the child who, wants to just go out and make it big. We also have classes for children, who just want to study once a week and get a really good education, and we encourage them to do so. But in our pre-professional program, we are definitely succeeding because what my goals are and what my aspirations are, I drive and go forward every single day to provide for each and one of these kids. I always say, my time is 100% into them, and watching them grow makes me happy. So,
it's excellent.
yes.
How does one apply if somebody out there is watching what's going on and they see Kennedy perform? How does one apply to the school?
So we have many different ways of application. Our best, I'm very old school in the fact of definitely call us. We love speaking to you over the phone, but you can definitely email us as well at info@theconservatoryschool.com. If your child is interested in just a recreational program, we have such a fun rec program where the children just come once a week or twice a week for fun. That application you can get off our website at theconservatoryschool.com. But if your child is really focused, they see Kennedy singing her heart out today, or watching our dancers grow, and you say, wow, my child, maybe they really need to, go forward in their passion. We are holding auditions in June. The auditions are held with some of the world's top talent agents and choreographers and teachers. So it's not our staff judging our students, it's outside people giving feedback on who should be accepted into the program. Along with an interview process, we interview both the student and parent to see if this is something that their whole family is invested in before we go forward into the pre-professional program. And then from there, we work it out, and we sign them up and we get rolling. And our pre-professional program, they study 12 months. So I know a lot of schools, like dance teams and things like that, they'll take the summer off, or they'll have a week of dance where, every time you're not in the studio, that's time that your body is getting lapsed. That's time that another kid is at another studio waiting, to build their repertoire or go out on an audition. So our kids are constantly training. It's definitely, your child has to love it, eat it, sleep it, drink it. And if they do for the performing arts, the pre-professional program is 100% for them. But if it's something that, they like to do softball and soccer, but they also like to do ballet, then definitely apply for our recreational program.
Maybe we can put up the information on the screen, show everybody where you are.
Yes.
There we go. You just read that.
Yep, so we're the Conservatory School for the Performing Arts. We're located at 2 Canton Street, Suite A8 in Stoughton, Massachusetts, right at the Trackside Plaza. Our phone number is 781-886-6136. You can email us at info@theconservatoryschool.com. Visit our website at www.theconservatoryschool.com. Check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/theconservatoryschool, and please follow us at the Conservatory School on Instagram.
Sounds like you know your stuff.
Maybe just a little bit.
You've done it a little bit.
Yes.
What have you done in preparation for this business? How have you started?
So that's funny, because I was on Smack years ago when I first started.
Right, I
and
remember that.
Steve Kelly, he was interviewing me. He was like, wow, you have like a 9-page resume. I don't know what to do. So I started performing at age 11 professionally. And then as I grew older, I really, my dancing was there, and I loved performing professionally with dance, but I also took a turn into musical theater and acting. In some of my films, I have been in films with John Travolta, all the way to Emil Hirsch. I have been in movies directed by, Ang Lee. I have done Broadway. I've worked with Woody Allen's daughter. So I'm a seasoned pro at what I do. And when I moved back to Stoughton, I definitely wanted to use my knowledge that I've gained throughout my career and give it back to our community.
It's interesting that you would move back to Stoughton instead of going west.
I got engaged, and for me, that was a life choice. And, performing in the performing arts is tough. And for me, I felt like as a performer, it was my time to say, okay, that's enough. I'm ready to go and teach. I've had enough of this, going out to an audition every single day, 3 times a day. It's definitely a harder life than one expects, but that was my life choice, and I'm so happy that I made it.
Okay, the conservatory has, I'm sure, several courses, several options, and what you can prepare for. Is it singing? Is it dancing? What are the various programs?
So we have a lot of great options, and we have some combo classes that I feel gives the child, the parent, the best bang for their buck, and the child the best well-rounded combination of classes. So we have our musical theater program. It has both singing, acting, and dance included for one price. And then our dance classes, we do everything from ballet, tap, jazz, acro, hip hop, lyrical, contemporary. We are a ballet-based school, so our students are required to take ballet. If your child is looking to do jazz, they will be required to do ballet, since ballet is the foundation of all dance. Just like singing, they're going to have an hour-long minimum, vocal class because they need to go through and like really figure out how to breathe or, diction or pitch. And then we also offer acting classes. We have 6-week programs for adults that are starting up. And we also have an array of summer courses. And I always say, if your child wants to try our school, our summer courses are always the best way. It's 6 weeks, no strings attached. You can come in, see if you like it, and go from there. We also have very large creative movement classes for ages 3 to 5. So we have dance classes for that age group, along with our Broadway Babes program that involves singing, dancing, and acting for children ages 5 to 7. So we start them young and we grow them.
I see something about moving the line.
Yes.
What is that? Is that a production?
So actually, Kennedy can kind of help me out with this one. So Kennedy submitted Moving the Line. That's a group dance with all of our dancers. Kennedy is singing live, and our dancers are dancing with her. And the video you're going to watch is actually from a competition. However, Kennedy submitted it for the PBS Celebration of Music, which you'll go into, which was a huge success. And the video made it to the top finalists. It was choreographed by Tara Kennedy Judd. She is she manages a lot of our students. She's out in New York. She comes and works with them. And it's a very fun number. And we love to integrate both the vocal aspect along with our dance aspect.
And I understand that Kennedy is going to stand up and sing a song.
She is, and the vocal arrangement was by Miss Sarah Flanagan, who's at our school. And you probably know her from Little Theater, LTOS, and all that. So, yep, she's going to sing her solo.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Don't be shy now.
Okay.
It's only us. Wow. Here's a girl sitting next to me. I can hardly hear her when she's talking, but you can project. You do a beautiful job there, and I congratulate you on that.
Thank you.
What, you were recently in a celebration of music competition?
Yes.
Where was that?
It was in Boston.
Yeah.
It was for PBS.
What other competitions have you been involved with?
I've been involved with Access Broadway and Pulse and other competitions
Mhm.
that I've done with the Conservatory School of the Performing Arts. And we have workshops at the competitions also, so we have opportunities to learn from, like Lane Napper was at one of the workshops at Pulse that I did, and he really liked our school, so yeah.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
What a super product here. Do you compete with the other members of your dance school, or is it soloist? I mean, do you also dance with them?
We compete in group numbers together.
Uh-huh.
Like we did a production Wicked, and we did it together. We danced and sang together. So
Mhm. Okay, let's go down the line here. Tess, where are you, Tess?
Here.
Tess, how old are you?
I'm 14 years old.
And what grade are you in?
I'm in 8th grade.
How long have you been training?
I've been training for about 10 years, but for the past 4 years, I've been performing with the Conservatory School for the Performing Arts, where I've been given wonderful opportunities like the Dance Co. opportunities she mentioned, events like NYCDA, and just to name a few.
Mm-hmm. And what do you love about performing?
I'd say my favorite thing about performing is probably how rewarding it is. Like when you're on stage and the adrenaline is pumping and it's a wonderful feeling and nothing can top it.
What's the most difficult thing about training?
I'd say the most difficult thing about training is sometimes you feel like you hit a plateau and you're not going to be able to improve from there, but then you just want to compete against yourself, and it really inspires you to just keep working harder. And
Sounds like the marathon winner. She was ready to quit halfway, but then she decided she was going to really push on and did a wonderful thing. She won, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Candace?
Yeah.
Candace, right next to me.
Yeah.
Same thing. How old?
14 years old,
14 years old.
Yeah.
In what grade?
9th grade.
Whereabouts?
Um,
Where do you go to school?
oh, Stoughton High.
Stoughton High.
Yeah.
How do you like the new building going up?
I'm really excited for the new building.
Are you going to be able to graduate in that school?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you will. How long have you been training?
I've been dancing since I was 3 years old, but I'm currently training at the Conservatory School for the Performing Arts, and I've been dancing there for 3 years now.
I'm amazed at how strong these people are in the responses. Usually they'd be sitting here like quiet and shy. Not these girls, huh?
Thank you.
What do you love about performing?
Well, when I was younger, I was kind of shy, and dancing really helped me break out of that shell, and now I really love that I'm able to portray a story to the audience without actually telling them anything.
Well, that's nice. By your actions.
Yeah.
That's great. And the most difficult thing about your training?
For me, the most difficult thing would be maintaining muscle memory, but although it's really although it's really difficult, I really love the challenge.
That's good.
Thank you.
Claire?
hi,
Hi, Claire. Tell me, start off with you. How old?
I'm 17.
17. You're like the old one in the group here.
Yeah,
And what grade are you in?
I'm in 11th grade
Where?
at Canton High.
Canton High. Okay. And you've been training for how long?
I began dancing when I was 3, but I started really taking it seriously 4 years ago when I started dancing at the Conservatory School for the Performing Arts.
I'm having flashbacks for some reason about dance lessons that I took as a kid. I learned how to do the cha-cha.
Well, we have adult classes.
Yeah. I got to get away from the cane first before I start doing that.
You can still do it.
Yeah, I'll take it under advisement. You've been training how long?
About 4 years.
That's it?
Oh, at the Conservatory, I've been training 4 years. I began dancing when I was 3, though.
What do you love about performing?
I think just the effect that on the audience, afterward you get off stage and you see, whether the audience is crying or they're happy and laughing, just the way that they feel is something really, really amazing.
And the most difficult thing about your training?
I think just personally, I have type 1 diabetes, so sometimes it gets in the way of my training, and that's frustrating, but it's something that is definitely manageable and workable. So once, occasionally it can be annoying, but it's definitely something that I can overcome.
Good. Good luck.
Thank you.
Shayna,
Hi.
Where are you? Down there. Shana, the same thing. How old?
I'm 11 years old.
And the grade?
I'm in 5th grade.
What school?
St. John's the Evangelist
Where's that?
in Canton.
In Canton, okay. And you've been training for how long?
I've been training for 4 years.
4 years?
Yes.
And what do you love about performing?
What I love about performing is like learning the choreography in the studio and then being able to perform it on stage.
Okay, and the most difficult thing about your training?
The most difficult part would be like trying to obtain the corrections, like on stage, like you have to remember all of the corrections and make sure that you're doing it properly.
Okay, and most difficult thing?
I would say the most difficult part would be like, as I said before, like remembering the corrections and like make sure you're doing everything how your teacher told you to do them.
You know what I find amazing when I see performers on TV, dance groups on TV, how they all are choreographed and they all make the moves exactly the same. It's just amazing. You have that skill when you teach the kids?
Yeah, if the viewers, I ask you to go right on our Instagram page. You could see pictures of our students, or you will see videos. Our pre-professional dance and musical theater kids, they're not, when they take the stage, they're not just students. They were, the last competition we were just at, they actually got hired to go on tour. So we will be going on tour next year as a professional group for a cancer organization. We train them to be the best that they can absolutely be as a group, but also as a person, because when they leave our studio, they're going out there on their own. They need the toolage behind them to have the confidence and the talent to become successful. But yes, our students aren't, when you look at them, you know, they're not just doing an 8 count on stage. You know, our choreography is involved. We do pieces that our students should know about, like Tess and Kenneth are doing a piece right now about the Holocaust. You know, very in-depth pieces. Shana, her solo last year was based upon Harriet Tubman. So we develop our students emotionally and physically so that when they take the stage, you don't feel like you're watching an 11-year-old or a 14-year-old. You feel like you're at a professional show watching, you know, a 22-year-old.
How do you all know, and any of you can answer this, how do you know that you're doing a real good job and you're relating with the audience? Do you look into the audience, their face, see them smiling or things like that? Is there a reaction that you get from that?
I feel like for me personally, as a dancer, I know when I do well and I know when it was my best performance, but even if it wasn't, I know what I have to do to make it better.
But you relate to the audience?
Yes, I do.
They see you and they smile.
Yeah.
Mama,
Yeah.
Mama loves what you're doing.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, it's a good investment, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's great.
Well, and as a teacher, I think it's important that we stress that we're creating art. And that's the number one thing we say to our students is that you are an artistic piece. You are showcasing a storyline. And sometimes the audience doesn't like our storylines. They may not, but you know what? Art makes people think. And if you can make the audience think, I always say when you can hear silence, you made it. And that's something that I think our students definitely hone into as well. They know when like there's not one peep in the audience that, okay, they're really thinking, and that's what art is all about.
How do you pick a show to do?
So creatively, I mean, I have a team. We sit down, we talk about the strengths and weaknesses that we need to go through and perfect throughout the year. So for me as a director, I like my students to strive for something that they might not have at the moment. So let's say, for example, we have a student who's an absolute amazing ballet dancer, but struggles in the tap class. I'm going to give that child the tap solo, and that year, that child is going to progress in their tapping. It's not about giving, you know, them exactly what's going to win at a competition or in a showcase, but what they can strive to become. And that's how we pick our shows. We sit down and we say, okay, how are we going to challenge them? Along with that, our students, if they come for a private lesson or a duo, they're not just receiving choreography, we actually teach them. So they're also getting technique, or we change the choreography a lot of the times. Or, for example, we're going to competition this weekend. We just finished our pieces on Sunday. So we, constantly, we're not just training their bodies, we're also training their minds to pick up choreography very fast.
Oh, very nice. Kennedy, your turn. I understand you're working on an album?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Well, one of the songs in my album is it's called Stand Up, and it's about how there shouldn't be gun violence and the shootings, and what we can do to it's to bring awareness to the fact that there's school shootings and what we can do to prevent that and save children.
What do you think can be done to prevent that? What should be done?
I think that they should not allow assault rifles to be given to the public and only to police officers and the military and things, because they're only for they spray a lot of bullets, which is not used for hunting or anything, and it's not really for self-defense. It's just for killing masses of people. So I think they should not.
Do you think that people should be screened before they buy
Yeah.
before they buy guns to make sure that they're okay mentally?
Yes.
How about you girls have any opinions on that? About the school shootings that have been going on? I mean, those are real tragedies.
Yeah.
There's
I think what's nice about our school is that even though it's scary for our youth to go through that, they have a safe outlet at my studio. So whatever they're feeling, not everybody believes that, one thing is, we may have a family that owns guns, we may have a family that doesn't. This is something that's going on in our community, or we may have kids that feel unsafe. But at the end of the day, they come home, they're kids, they strip down, they go into their leotards, they come to our studio, and when those doors shut, that's our safe haven. And I think at our studio, that's the most important part for them as kids, is that they're able to, they might say that was an awful tragedy, and we're like, okay, today we're gonna dance that out, and that's the most important.
well, that's good. What type of music do you have are you projecting to use in the album?
I have a bunch of different types.
Are you
of
writing the
music.
songs?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I have a bunch of different types. I have pop, I have R&B and soul. I have a bunch of different types.
How do you come up with the original music? I've had a little bit of experience in writing songs years ago when I was a kid, but it has to flow out of you, I would think.
Yeah. I usually come up with a melody first, and then I think of a situation that I want to talk about or how I feel at the time, and then I make the words fit the music.
Yeah, there's been an awful lot of kids pulling together massive crowds to protest the fact that the guns are available and they want the government to do something about it. Do you think the government will do it, or will they just let the whole thing pass?
I think they'll do something about it.
What about the song you called Stand Up? What about that?
It's to encourage kids that they can do something and in the community to fight gun violence, so mass school shootings won't happen anymore, so they can do something and they can say something and stand up for what they believe in and let people know.
Do you think they should improve on the security in schools?
I think it's different for every school, because some schools do have a lot of security and some schools don't, so I think it's different basis for every school.
Is it a question of picking out who might have some mental problems and maybe doing something about that?
I don't think that, because just because you have a mental problem doesn't mean that you might shoot up a school and hurt people.
Yeah, it's terrible. I must, there's a disclaimer that I would like to mention. For Global Youth Service Day, Kennedy took on this independent project. She wrote the song and created the video with DJ Johnson, and it's not affiliated with the Conservatory. So I just wanted to make sure that that point is out there, the Conservatory School of Performing Arts in Stoughton. Had nothing to do with the video, but can we play the video?
At least 30 people believed to be killed on the campus of Virginia Tech University, the deadliest campus shooting in U.S. history.
The worst grade school shooting in U.S. history, at least 27 dead, 20 children, 7 adults, including the principal.
You have kids there?
Yes, my son. He's 6 years old. And this is just tragedy. This is not a good time right now. It's just not.
I literally ran outside my door. There was 3 people dead, two right outside my door.
I gotta go, Dad, bye. And I don't always get to say, I love you. I don't remember if I said that to Jamie yesterday morning.
Because I'm young, you may think I don't count. Think again, I'm standing for what I believe in. The winds of change are blowing through. Don't let the wind blow over you. Keep standing for what you believe in. I am not gonna die because you won't make a change. I will stop crying out until you know my name. Stand up for what you believe in. Stand up and you can achieve it. Stand up, stand up, stand up. We're gonna face the man. Lend out a helping hand. Come on, let's take a stand. Stand up for what you believe in. Stand up and you can achieve it. Stand up, stand up, stand up. You gotta fight to help defend the rights of all who need a friend. I'm standing for what I believe in. When we're just one, they can't hear, but together we can face our fears. Keep standing for what you believe in. I won't be pushed aside because I believe that we must unite as one, fulfill our destiny. Stand up for what you believe in. Stand up and you can achieve it. Stand up, stand up, stand up. We're gonna face the man. Lend out a helping hand. Come on, let's take a stand.
Why did you write that song?
I wrote it to bring awareness to the violence at schools that was happening with the guns and everything, so children could feel safe to go to school. Yeah.
And who created the video? That video is beautiful. It's very thoughtfully put together.
Oh, my friend in 10th grade, DJ Johnson, he made the video.
Uh-huh. Did a good job. You're releasing a song for Global Youth Service Day. When is that, and what's that all about?
It's tomorrow. It is a day where the youth give back to the community. So
Tomorrow?
yes.
Oh, well, okay. So if you're watching this next week, it was last week, right?
Yeah.
And how do you want your music to help?
I just wanted to inspire people that they can make a difference in their community.
Is there anybody you'd like to dedicate the song to besides your mother?
I would just like to thank my vocal teacher, Sarah Flanagan, for training me. Like, she did such good training.
Okay. At this time, we have a couple of public service announcements that I'd like to have us take a look at, and then we'll wrap up the show.
Hi, it's Gary LaPierre, and the crew wants to thank Maxie's Delicatessen. That's at 117 Sharon Street in Stoughton. They're 781-341-1662. American Cancer Society, yes, they're looking for volunteers. Drive cancer patients to and from their treatments. 1-800-ACS-6662. Or just go to www.cancer.org. Ilsa Mark's Food Pantry in St. Anthony's Free Market, 2 Park Avenue in Stoughton. For more information, call Christine Gallagher. That's at 781-341-0611 or 781-341-0549. Meals on Wheels. Just ask for Jessica. You'll find her at 781-344-8882, extension 2. Stoughton Penny Saver. Our business is advertising your business, they tell us. 27 Rose Glen Street, Stoughton, 781-344-4833. Community Forum showtimes in Stoughton. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 6 p.m., Monday at 8 p.m., Tuesday at 5 p.m. It's on Comcast Channel 9 and Verizon Channel 28. All comments and suggestions welcome. Contact us at communityforum1@yahoo.com. Samaritans, they're at 41 West Street on the 4th floor in Boston, 02111. Their phone number is 617-536-2460, 24-hour helplines for Samaritans, and the number is 877-870-HOPE. That's 877-870-4673. Samaritans, you can find them at 800-252-TEEN. That's 252-8336. Or find them online at SamaritansHope.org.
Monday night bingo at the Ahavator Congregation, 1179 Central Street in Stoughton. Doors open at 4:30 and the game started at 6:30. And if you're lucky, you'll find me doing some of the calling there once in a while. It's a great bingo. It's the only one in Stoughton to the best of my knowledge, and big prizes can be won if you get the right numbers. Get Fresh is Stoughton's own cooking show. New episodes are coming soon. Sharon will be coming back from Florida. She'll be doing some more shows. It's on Comcast Channel 9, Verizon Channel 28. On Mondays at 5 p.m., Wednesdays at 8 p.m., Thursdays at 9 a.m., and Friday at 5 p.m. Hometown Business Show, Tuesdays at 11 a.m., Wednesdays at 5:30 p.m., Thursday at 8 p.m., and Sundays at 7 p.m. Comcast Channel 9, Verizon Channel 28. This is when we feature new businesses in town that want to tell you all about themselves. And here we are back again. There's one more video that I'd like to show. It shows all of these girls who are just sitting here looking pretty in action. It's called Moving the Line. that's a little different than sitting here. Erika, I got to really congratulate you. I understand that you've taken some of these quiet wallflowers and turned them into budding flowers.
Yes.
They're doing well.
Absolutely. Yes, I hope to inspire more Stoughton youth to do that as well, because as a Stoughton graduate myself, growing up in a small town where everybody knows you, a lot of the times you're afraid to be who you are, and in order to be a successful adult, you need to be a successful kid, and that's what we're trying to raise, are successful, confident kids that are willing and able to take on the world and make their dreams, no matter what it may be, performing arts, math, science, but do everything to their fullest potential. And we just use art to guide them to get there.
Maybe we can put the contact information up there again. There it is. Erika?
Want me to read again?
Yes,
Here
you're
we
doing a great
go.
job.
The Conservatory School for the Performing Arts, located at 2 Canton Street, Suite A8, Stoughton, Massachusetts. Come visit us. We're fun. 781-886-6136. info@theconservatoryschool.com. www.theconservatoryschool.com. Check us out on Facebook. I know you're on there. Facebook.com/theconservatoryschool. And for all my tweens and young adults, I know you hit up Instagram all of the time. Instagram is at the Conservatory School. Follow us.
Amazing. And Erika came into this show very shy. and her training is starting to work. Girls, you have anything to say about the conservatory? You want to encourage your friends to join? Say something about it. The conservatory, how it's helped you be what you are today.
I would like to say that the conservatory is like a family, and you're always there for each other. You always want to help and support each other. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
That's good. What do you have to say? Anything?
When I started 4 years ago, I could never imagine where I am today. As Candace mentioned, she was shy. I was so shy. It was so hard for me to even go up and make a presentation at school. And now I find myself performing on stage and reaching a level that I just never saw myself. And that's all thanks to the support and the training I've received at the conservatory from the wonderful staff, including Erika Frank.
Excellent. That's nice. And you have anything to say about the conservatory?
When I started at the conservatory 4 years ago, I was like really shy, and like I've improved like a lot, and I'm really glad that I came to the conservatory.
You're next.
Okay. For me, before I joined the conservatory, I knew I wanted to be a dancer, but as soon as I joined, I really was able to see what it's like in the real world, what it's like in the real world, and now I'm really glad that I had this experience.
And?
I wanted to say that the conservatory provides us with amazing opportunities, and that I'd never imagined that I would even be able to in a million years, and they're happening all right now.
What are the ages of the students? How young can they?
So we, except for recreational, we start at age 2.5 or 3. We go all the way through adults, but our pre-professional programs we like to take in around 8 or 9 years, and it goes up to 18 when they graduate. We actually just had our graduating senior accepted to the University of New Hampshire Bachelor of Arts program for musical theater. So.
Well, that's
Yes.
be very proud of that.
Thank you. We are, yes.
Well, that I think sums it up. We've covered all the bases that needed to be covered. We've shown everybody how great it is to go to the conservatory. And physically, it's located, if you're going down Porter Street to the tracks, just after you cross the tracks, it's on the left-hand side in the building there. And check it out.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for having us, right, girls? Thank you so much. We appreciate it. It was so much fun.
Congratulations on all of you. Great job. And Roy Cohen saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.